Welcome back, friends and nerds. Bannick13 here with a quick update on what I've been doing and what I will be doing. So Christmas has just passed us by and I was up in Queensland for a fair few days visiting family, so I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded much over the course of that last week during Christmas time, but I'm back now and definitely keen to start uploading and giving you guys the content that you want to see. So while I was up in Queensland, I got a few goodies for myself, which I'll be showing you in a moment. But first, I want to talk about an announcement that was made a little while back, but I didn't have the equipment to talk about it. I wanted to wait till I got my new equipment before I spoke about the Kombat Pack 2 for MKX. Now this, I'm pretty excited for. So there was a fair few outcries about Leatherface being in MKX. Now, being a huge horror fan, I love my horror icons, and hey, I'm not going to complain about this one. I'm a die-hard MK fan and I'm a die-hard horror fan, so I don't know, putting the two together for me is like a dream come true. So I'm not too sure why the die-hard MK fans are having a bit of an outcry with some of these characters. I'm not sure, maybe they don't like horror, maybe they were crying and wet themselves in bed years ago and that's sort of built up in their minds and it's left mental scars and they can't get over it, so they're scared of horror characters. I don't know. Either way, I'm overjoyed. So the first thing we'll talk about is Bo-Ray Cho, who's in this game. Now, this was my least favorite character in the history of MK. So for me, this was not a big deal at all. I was actually quite disappointed, but I'm keeping my faith up there and I'm hoping that Ed Boon delivers. I'm hoping that this is better than when Bo-Ray Cho made his first appearance in Deadly Alliance. I wasn't impressed, even though he did these puke puddles and atomic farts and whatever else they made him do as a drunken master. I didn't like it at all. Didn't win me over. So hopefully this time around they do improve Bo-Ray Cho. I don't know, maybe they've got some new ideas. There's so many other characters that they could have used. I mean, Nitara, who we haven't seen in such a long time, they could have got her back. Chameleon, Havoc, so many awesome characters that they can play with. Why did they choose Bo-Ray Cho? I don't know, but I'm staying optimistic. Now moving on to Leatherface. Leatherface, this is actually amazing for me. I'm pretty happy to have this character on board to MKX. I don't know what the outcry is all about. Maybe they're not too sure how he fits into the MK story, but hey, how can you fit in Freddy and Jason and Predator into the MK story? Where do these characters come from? I think it's pretty awesome. I'm a hardcore horror fan, like I keep mentioning, so looking forward to Leatherface and actually being able to see what they come up with story-wise for him. The other one that I'm really excited for is Alien. Now, oh my god, if you guys watched the trailer, you would have seen that Alien, the chest burster, actually bursts out of Baraka's chest. So Alien's going to have those sword weapons for his hands, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see this. There's so much they can do with Alien and so many awesome fatalities they can do, and we're actually going to finally have that matchup of Alien versus Predator. So this is going to be incredible. And lastly, we've got Triborg. Now, Triborg is a bit of a strange one. If you look closely in the trailer, he kind of morphs into Cyrax and Sector towards the end of that trailer. Now, I'm thinking Triborg, meaning three Borgs, three cyborgs. I'm thinking that you're going to be able to morph into Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke with Triborg. I'm not too sure. I don't think they've revealed exactly what Triborg is all about, whether he's a standalone character, but from the color changes that you see at the end of the trailer, I'm thinking that you can morph into those three characters and actually play as three of them. Now, Cyrax is one of my favorite characters, so I was kind of hoping he'd be a standalone character eventually in MKX, but that's not going to happen, so we just have to wait and see what Triborg brings to us. So to cut a long story short, I'll be playing MKX again, and now that I've got some new equipment, I can broadcast everything or upload everything in absolute 1080p pure HD, 60 frames per second, so you guys can enjoy. Make sure you stay tuned and don't freak out before you do. I'll still be focusing primarily on Diablo 3, especially now with Season 5 just around the corner, and I'll also be focusing on Hearthstone as well as my secondary game because I'm just loving it. I'm absolutely loving Hearthstone and I want to really build up my deck and put on a good show for you guys and see where it takes us. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the channel and just check out my MKX gameplay. It'll be basically highlights. I won't be doing long, boring gameplays of combat ladder after combat ladder or anything like that. I'll just do some highlights of some awesome combos and fatalities and things like that. Maybe touch up on some of the characters that have just come out on their stories and things like that. So make sure you stay tuned. Now, with MKX news aside, while I was up in Queensland, there was a couple things that I spotted that I just had to have. Now, number one was this Uncharted Collection. Now, the Uncharted Collection, this is a collector's edition of Uncharted Part 1, 2, and 3. So 3 games in the one. Now, this was $70 at EB on special. It was a Christmas special. I couldn't resist. I haven't played any of the Uncharted games. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did play Part 1. I borrowed it off a friend a while ago, and I did enjoy it, but I never had the chance to go back. I mean, working full-time, hectic hours, you have to really be picky with the games that you play, and unfortunately I just never had time for Uncharted, but I will be playing through that. I'm off for a month, I'm on vacation, so I will be checking out Uncharted, and I'll bring you guys some videos. Again, nothing too intense, not full gameplay walkthroughs or anything like that, just some highlights, maybe some fun moments and things like that, just so my focus still remains with Diablo 3 and Hearthstone. And the other thing that I bought, now, I found this at a market. This is the Anne Stokes Avenger statue. Now, Anne Stokes, for those of you who don't know, is an artist that works. A lot of her work comes up in the Dungeons and Dragons games and a lot of MMORPGs and fantasy type stuff. Now, this statue I bought for $40 at a market. Absolute bargain, and it's worth about $150 online. So, for me, that was just a must. I got that, and for those of you that aren't aware, I collect collectibles. I collect all sorts of statues and things like that, so maybe in the future, if I get enough thumbs up and enough requests, I'll show you guys my collectible collection. But that is definitely an awesome addition to my collection. I'm absolutely ecstatic to have it. And that's about it for Bannock 13 news. The only other thing that I will announce right now is that I'll be doing a brand new Bannock 13 movie channel. Now, I don't exactly know when I'm going to get this up and going, but stay tuned to my Bannock 13 channel and I'll let you guys know. I want to do some movie reviews and movie discussions, as well as TV shows, and really talk about movies and TV and things that interest me as well, aside from games. So I'll be in touch with some more news about that in the near future. Otherwise, stay tuned to this channel, and I'll see you all again real soon.